Hello everyone. Oh, okay. So today we're going to be talking about maybe one of the most important things, not just for a gamer but for anyone, and that is balance. Striking a balance, because at times as gamers we can spend hours and hours and hours just sitting in front of the computer playing the game, ignoring our families, ignoring our physical bodies, our exercise, and just neglecting a lot of things and just zoning in on the gaming. So we're going to be talking about balance and ways that we can divide our time to be optimal human beings. To have a really good day is to have a balanced day, so we're going to be exploring that. So most of you watching this video are gamers, and that's a very cool thing, but we've got to be healthy gamers. We've got to have a balanced life. Sure, gaming is our hobby, so we're going to be spending a lot of time doing that, but it shouldn't be at the expense of everything else. I mean, I've had some days where I'll be gaming for so long, and then my brother will come in the room and he'll want to talk to me, and I'll be like, oh, not right now, I'm in a very important game. Whether it be an arena or a League of Legends game, ranked, and I can't really leave the computer and I have to focus because we're in a team fight or something. So I've just neglected my brother and my family, and then it'll just go on and on the whole day. And the only times I'll see my family is when I leave the computer to go to the kitchen or something, and I just cross paths with them for a few minutes or a few seconds at times. And that's really not good enough. I mean, your family might have some needs, like sometimes some of my family members will talk to me about something very urgent and they needed me to be available sooner, but yeah, when they talked to me they started telling me all these things, and if I was more available they would have told me earlier. And so you just never know if your family need to speak to you about things. Maybe they need your help. You have to be available to them to help them out. So just looking at broad categories of where you can spend your time, where you should spend your time. So you've got time for yourself, you've got time for your community, and time for your family. Now these are just some broad categories. I mean, there's probably some other categories given by other people, or you could find it on Google or whatever, but these are just the ones that I thought would be suitable. And so the first one is time for yourself, and I've included in this your hobbies, so like gaming, exercise for yourself, gaining knowledge, so like your study, or looking up a YouTube video on how to shave, or I don't know what people be searching these days. And then yeah, you've also got your socializing and whatnot. There's also religion, and I put that in time for yourself, but really it should have its own category, because people who have their own religions, they have certain rituals and things like that, so and that's very important to them, so they've got to have that time as well, which is very important. So the next one is time for the community. And time for the community involves things like doing work. So even if you're working at McDonald's, you are putting in time for the community. You're doing a service. You're giving people some excellent fast food, some fries, some McNuggets, some McCheese, tropical fruit smoothie, and yeah, lots of things like that. Also, you could be doing volunteering, so yeah, maybe you're volunteering at a homeless shelter. Yeah, there's so many things you could be doing, and that would be considered in the community section. And then there's also your neighbors, and this is something that we all usually neglect. I mean, sometimes you hear about neighbors having passed away, and no one will discover that the neighbors that the neighbor has passed away until a few months or like a long time, and you see this on the news and things like that, and that's all because we neglect our neighbors. We should be really good to them. We should be checking up on our neighbors, just seeing if we can do anything for them. You should be the first person your neighbors turn to if they need help, and if that's not the case, then we're not doing our jobs right, and myself included. So this is a reminder for myself as well. And then the last category is family. So that's helping out at home, doing the dishes, giving your family time, as I said before, and yeah, just being of service to your family. So if you're just available to them, your dad might be lifting a table or something, and you'll be there. So he'll ask you for help, or he doesn't even need to ask, and you'll just help him out, stuff like that. Yeah, maybe you've got a younger sibling or something that's had a bad time at school and needs an older brother or sister to talk to, so you'll be there for them. And yeah, that's a really good thing and something we often neglect. And a side note, no one deserves more time than your mom, because we can never pay our mum back for the things she's done for us. I mean, just the other day I was driving past this skate park and I saw this mum playing with her son, and her son was like doing the bike stuff and the skating stuff. It's so obvious that the mum doesn't want to be there, but she sacrifices her time and what she wants to do for her kid, for her son, and that's what all mums do. Mums are the best. Mums are the best. I mean, even you look at the kingdom. You look at the wildlife. You see, like, this person was telling me about, on one of those documentaries, there's an octopus and it lays like 100,000 eggs or something. The octopus wraps all of its little tentacle things like around them to give them fresh water and air and stuff like that, and it doesn't move to go eat or whatever, or the babies might suffer. So it sits there with them, and then when they hatch, unfortunately and sadly, the octopus mother dies. So it pretty much sacrifices its own life to make sure all of its babies are healthy and that they're born. So yeah, guys, we got to give our moms like a lot of time, and we just got to be there for them and help them out. So now you've got all these categories, and now it's up to you to prioritize what's most important to you. If you're ever at the point where someone describes you as, oh, he plays video games all day, that's all he does, sits at his computer and click, 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 that's kind of a bad sign, because that's a sign that you're assigning too much time to one thing, and that's not being balanced or living a balanced life as we're talking about. So with priorities, if religion, if you're religious, then your commitments to God, that should come first. So everything else shouldn't matter. If you're playing a game and it's time for you to do a religious activity like pray, you leave the game and immediately go. If your priority is socializing, then yeah, you place things where you prioritize them, but at the same time you've got to give everything its own time. So everything has its own time, but you prioritize things for yourself, and everybody prioritizes things differently. Now, we can't say that we're going to balance our whole lives and plan it out and everything, but if you can balance out one day, then you can balance every single day. Because if you can balance one day, you can balance every day. So just try to make a good balance for yourself. And physical activity. I can't stress enough that we're born into physical bodies. So like, whether you like it or not, the body needs to move around. It needs exercise. And we don't want to be those gamers that, just sit in front of the computer eating chips and drinking Coke and just neglecting our bodies. Our bodies are a gift. Some people can't move. They're in wheelchairs. They're paralyzed. So we don't want to be we don't want to misuse our bodies and neglect them, so we've got to take care of ourselves. Just set aside a little bit of time each day to exercise, even if it's 5 minutes, starting 5 minutes a day, you know. Just get up, jump up and down, stretch around, maybe some push-ups, some sit-ups, and you're done. That's a start. 5 minutes a day, that's pretty good. So just to wrap it up, gaming, I mean, it's fine. I mean, I love doing it. It's my passion, it's my hobby, it's what I like to do, but we can't do it at the expense of our families, of our communities, of our neighbors, of our physical bodies, of our religion, of all of these things. So we've got to balance out our lives. We've got to be healthy gamers. We've got to be balanced people. And yeah, that's it, guys. I mean, hopefully this video was helpful to you guys. So take care, guys, and I'm just gonna disappear like a ninja now. Peace.